Well, I got the ATIS at Oakland. We're going to be, I'm just going to film today the takeoff and landing, but in the cruise portion, I want to go through the gauges on the plane. Some of you might say, well, yeah, these are old gauges, though. The plane I'm going to fly are going to have glass cockpits and in-panel GPSs. You know, it's like my favorite old movie, Used Cars, with Kurt Russell as the main actor. He's selling cars to the driver education, the high school, and they want to buy the newer cars. He wants to sell them to the public. So he's convincing he's bribing the teacher that these are the cars that the students are going to be able to afford. They're hunks of junk. Not to say that this is a hunk of junk, but that's what it is. So got the checklist here. We're going to go through that and be back shortly. Okay, the all-important checklist is complete. Let's call tower. Tell them we're ready to go.
And Argus 1, traffic C, Cherokee, and the right closed traffic pattern in the crosswind.
Roger, we're on station. I'll be looking for that traffic, Argus 1.
Tower, Twin Cessna 331 in Quebec 33, ready for takeoff.
331 in Quebec, Oakland Tower, turn right on course. Wind 280 at 12, runway 33, cleared for takeoff.
1 in Quebec, clear for takeoff, 33, right turn on course, on the roll, 1 in Quebec. All right, so we do...
Mike, traffic's maneuvering just north of the Coliseum at 700 helicopter. Number 2 behind a Gulfstream, 1 mile...
So the 3 T's, time, reset the timer, transponder, we got it going like she told us, and traffic. Fuel pumps on,
final for runway 2
full power.
Traffic in sight.
Looking for traffic, Cherokee 84 Mike.
Okay, looks good, sounds good. We're out of here.
Cherokee 84 Mike, additional traffic maneuvering just north of the freeway, helicopter at 700.
Oh, we want 100 on the airspeed. There was 60, 70, 80, 90, plus 10, there was 100. And we'll just pull it off, tap the brakes, start the right turn, pull the gear up. Now Argus 1's the police helicopter at 700 nearby. Let's see if she calls them out. Hands on the throttle on the up when you're taking off. Because if something goes wrong on the upwind, that's the worst possible time.
And Gulfstream 3 Juliet Golf, turn right at Juliet, taxi via Charlie to Kaiser, this frequency. Good day.
Juliet, Charlie to Kaiser with you, 363 Juliet.
All right, there's 1,000 AGL.
Number 1 8 Quebec, radar contact, stay altitude.
1 Quebec passing through 1,100. All right, so manifold pressure 29 inches. RPM's 2350. Turn the fuel pumps off one at a time, make sure the engine's still run. Off, and then set your mixture. We'll go 17.5 on the totalizer and wait and see what the EGTs settle in at.
And Twin Cessna 1 8 Quebec, contact NorCal approach now 120.9 for higher, good flight.
1 Quebec, thanks, 120.9 is full on. Okay, good afternoon, Twin Cessna 331 in Quebec, checking in 2,100, restricted 2,500.
331 Quebec, NorCal approach, resume on navigation, say altitude request.
1 Quebec, Bravo clearance 3,500 should work today.
1 Quebec, clear in the Bravo airspace 3,500.
1 Quebec, clear to Bravo 3,500. All right, we're going through our 2,500 for 3,500. When I get up in cruise and nice and level, we'll go through the panel.
And we're finished with our base tour, looking for no transition.
Emirates 226 Super, climb and maintain 4,000.
Continue climb 4,000, Emirates 226 Super.
Emirates 226 Super, your traffic's 3 o'clock, 5 miles southbound, leaving 5,000. Airbus 319.
What are you looking for, Emirates 226?
And 1 Quebec traffic, 3 o'clock and 5 miles northwestbound, altitude in case 3,600, type unknown.
1 Quebec, looking for the same level traffic.
X-ray Alpha Mike Alpha contact NorCal approach 124.32.
12432 NorCal approach, thank you.
Emirates 226 Super, climb and maintain 6,000.
6,000, Emirates 226 Super.
Number 275 contact, Oakland Tower 118.3.
I want to Quebec, no joy in that previously called 3 o'clock traffic.
1 Quebec, 3 o'clock, 3 miles. Looks like you should stay out in front of them.
20 Quebec, tally ho now, moving ahead of them. We'll maintain visual separation.
20 Quebec, thanks. You're outside the Bravo, now remain outside.
20 Quebec, roger.
November 3318 Quebec, contact Travis, approach 119.9.
20 Quebec, Travis now, 19.9, thanks, and so long.
Everest 22.
November 24 Victor, radar, Mr. Mayor, squawk VFR, 52 approved.
Squawk and VFR, 24 Victor.
Travis, good afternoon, Twin Cessna 331 Quebec, checking in 3,600.
November 3318 Quebec, Travis, approach the Travis altimeter 2986.
20 Quebec. All right, so let's cover the panel in the plane here in flight. The first thing I'm going to take down my little pad that I have. I got Velcro here, and the back of this has a piece of Velcro. That's how I stick it up there. So we'll put that aside. So we got the sun coming in from the left. So first thing is the ADF. This is the ADF indicator. Works with the ADF radio. So if I put on KGO radio 810, the needle will swing back towards the San Mateo Bridge where the antenna for that is located. And if I turn on the radio,
USA.com.
so you get the radio. That's about all it's good for nowadays. That's how the Japanese zeroed in on Pearl Harbor, during Pearl Harbor, attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941. Here's the airspeed indicator, miles an hour on the outside and knots on the inside. Turn coordinator, electric. Here's the attitude indicator, artificial horizon. I keep my V speeds here. Just as a reminder, BMC is never exceed speed. VXE is single engine best climb for distance, I believe. BYSSC is safe single engine speed. Blue line I talk about a lot is 120. It's right here on the blue line. That's best rate of climb. And then VA is a maneuvering speed, and VNE is a never exceed 255 indicated. Altimeter, of course. I have this little bug here that I spin around. It gives me a reminder. I use the green one when I'm given an altitude, and then if I'm descending, I'll flip it to red. Got this a long time ago. Not sure where to get those. Here's a vertical speed, instantaneous vertical speed indicator. A lot of them, they'll lag a little bit behind. Most of them are instantaneous. Here's a chart that I keep. Gives me fuel flow and speed, but they should be at certain altitudes. Here's my glide slope VOR. That's tied into number 2 comm, number 2 nav. Fuel totalizer. Here's a clock that doesn't work, but I use a stopwatch on this side if I need it. The audio panel. Let me lower that. I thought he said unable.
Can you repeat your call count, sir?
Alright, so there's the audio panel. Marker beacons there. Number 1 comm, it's a King 196. My RNAV, can't see it because it's dark. It's the KNS 80. I mean, it's so light you can't see it.
Contact
There's comm,
northeast of contact.
comm 2, and there's the ADF. And then down here is all the switches for the batteries, the mags. The Twin Cessna does not have a key. It's just got switches. Fuel boost pumps, some of the lights. Alright, over here is the avionics master bus, intercom, transponder down here. This is the gear indicator light. Up is there, and then you push the test to see it go green. That's your push to test for down. Here's the ammeter, and you can switch the alternators from right battery to left. I leave it on right because that's the farthest one from the battery. There's your flap indicator. The blue line is the first notch of flap. 15 degrees. The that's able at 180 indicators. These are the heater controls here and the cabin air. Now up on top here you have your landing lights, de-ice light, and it'll light up the wing at night. You can see if you have ice on there. Here's your nav lights for nighttime. Taxi light, which is on the retracted gear, only works when the gear is down. Beacon, strobe, prop de-ice. When I flip the prop de-ice here, then you can see the gauge here. I'm flipping it. Reads the prop de-ice on the prop. Pitot heat and the heater and the fan. Now on this side of the panel is the manifold pressure for both engines, RPM, and the fuel flow. Fuel flow over here works on pressure, whereas the totalizer, let me put the shade on it, the totalizer works off of like little wheels that spin and read the flow. You got your instruments for the left engine. Who's that for? Was that for one in Quebec? One in Quebec, 125 plane. All right, had him down too far. Let's switch radios here. 125, 25, and then we'll hit the button that switches it over, and we'll check in. No call, JDB, Twin Cessna 331 in Quebec. Checking in here, level 3,500.
JP1 in Quebec, NorCal approach to Sacramento, altimeter 2987.
All right, so that's good there. So there's the engine instruments, like I said, they're identical left and right. Fuel for the mains, which are the tip tanks out, and then the inboards are the auxiliaries. There's the fuel tanks for them, all right? And then here's the outside air temperature. This gives you your maximum manifold pressure, depending on your altitude. Hobbs meter, suction gauge for left and right. I showed you the prop de-ice, and then down here is the bottle, the oxygen, remaining pressure for the built-in oxygen bottle. Over here, lastly, is the EGTs. This shows the exhaust gas temperature, 1643 on the left, 1497 on the right. They're affected by the mixture, prop control, and throttle control. And just to finish it off, over here are all my circuit breakers. These are the old style where you have to push and wiggle. You can't pop them out. So that's what they made then. And then last but not least, down here are the fuel selectors. And you can see I'm drawing off the auxiliaries right now. As those draw down, those will go up, the main. And the procedure for landing and takeoff is to have it on the mains with the fuel pumps on. So that is the panel as we're seeing it, left to right, and then of course I got my GPS here. GPS is showing that we're bearing 024 to Auburn. We're going 202 knots across the ground. My course is 020. Got to correct a little bit. We're 45 miles away over here on the right, and estimated time 13 minutes. And we've been in the air for 15, so we're past the halfway point. Quick look out the window. This is the view you get from the front. There's Sacramento, Elk Grove area, and then if you look this way, all you're going to see is just the sun and haze to the right. So that is what I stare at as we're flying, and of course the compass, which is in view all the time, and of course God bless America. Let's hear Auburn's weather.
Auburn Municipal Airport automated weather observation 0046 Zulu weather. Wind 240 at 5 knots. Visibility more than 10. Sky condition clear below 12,000 feet. Temperature 28 Celsius. Dew point -32 Celsius. Altimeter 2996 inches of mercury. Remarks. Density altitude 3,300 feet.
Contact approach 127.4. Good day.
Want to Quebec 27-4, thanks, and good day. Okay, 27-4, the last one before they let us loose. NorCal, good evening, Twin Cessna 331 Quebec, checking in level 3,500.
Twin Cessna 3318 Quebec, NorCal approach, roger.
Okay, so I got the weather at Auburn, 240 at 5 or 6, whatever it was. That's obviously going to be using runway 25, since runway 25 is downhill. 7's only used when the wind's blowing down it. So here's, right down below us here is Sacramento Executive Airport.
Southwest 398, correction, Southwest 939, contact departure 123.7.
Mater is up ahead that way. I can see it from here, middle of the screen, right behind the compass probably. And then McClellan Air Force Base, where they're flying while the tanker's out of, is just up here about 11 o'clock. We're 10 minutes out. Nice, beautiful, comfortable day. Air temperature up here is in the mid-70s. About 85 on the ground. It's the seasons are starting to turn. You know, we're 9 minutes out, and
Cal approach, Sierra 744 Charlie Delta.
I told the wife we'd be there at 5 minutes to 6.
Charlie Delta, NorCal
but
approach, roger.
I'm coming a little early, so let's take a quick detour and look at Folsom Lake. I haven't gone over the lake recently, and since the sun's at our back, it'll give us a good look at Folsom on the way to Auburn. So Folsom Lake straight ahead. Let's I'll cut it in when we get in closer. Gonna put the nose down also a little bit. So as I'm heading for Folsom, you see that blue circle? That's the airspace for Mather, I don't know what the hell it is. Anyway, so I'm zooming in on it so I can avoid it. Let me zoom in again. All you see is the back of my hand, that's too far. Alright, so I want to make sure I miss that circle, even though I'm above their air traffic area, which is, I think, is 2,700. But if you're navigating, that's what you do, is you put in your GPS and just drive right around that circle. That's the beauty of GPS. Sorry for the shaking, it's a little bumpy. Hey, look, I want to Quebec, going to get a look at the lake on the way to Auburn.
Twin Cessna 18 Quebec, roger. Traffic, 11 o'clock. 4 miles southwestbound, altitude indicates 4,500, appears to be level. There's also a Diamond Star, 12 o'clock, 4 miles maneuvering at 4,400.
Want to Quebec, just saw a glimmer of the Diamond Star, but I'm not calling them in sight. Looking for both targets. So I'll go over the dam. So there's Folsom Lake. The dam's right there. No water's coming out of the spillway.
18 Quebec, traffic no factor. Additional traffic, 10 o'clock, 5 miles. Maneuvering north end of the lake, 2,600 is the Cherokee.
Want to Quebec, we'll look for him. All right, so we got traffic there. So here's Lake. Here's Folsom Lake. I've never seen it this full this late in the year. It's September 28th.
Just 18 Quebec, that traffic's actually headed westbound. They're about 1.5 miles west of the lake now.
20 Quebec, roger. Looking for the traffic. All right, so there's Folsom. Let's look at the dam. Not sure if I'm getting that in the camera. It looks a little low, but there's the lake. Beautiful sight to see it this full. When Quebec, be heading due north for the airport now as climbing. Could you call that Cherokee for me once more?
Twin Cessna 18 Quebec, 10 o'clock, 5 miles westbound. Altitude indicates 2,000, or correction, they are at 2,500.
Okay, if he's 5 miles and he's westbound, it should be no factor for me.
That shouldn't be a problem for you. And if they turn back in your direction, I'll make sure they don't head towards you, because I'm talking to them also. Twin Cessna 18 Quebec, squawk VFR, change to advisory, frequency approved today.
20 Quebec, squawk at 1200, thanks, and so long.
Yeah, NorCal, this is 75 Zulu. We are heading back towards Lincoln, and we're going to just head out towards over the town and then back to the airport.
Cherokee 75 Zulu, no traffic observed between you and Lincoln. Squawk VFR change to advisory frequency approved.
Okay, so he's gone. So, Auburn traffic, Twin Cessna 331 in Quebec, 13 south over Folsom Lake inbound. Going to make left traffic on a 45 for runway 25. Currently 2,500 Auburn. Full stop. So that's as much information as I can give. And so now we do the GUMPs, okay? Gas, undercarriage, mixture, prop, speed. So the first thing is the gas, and if you remember earlier, I had the fuel selectors on the auxiliary tanks. So now we're going to go back to the mains. Boom, boom, fuel pumps on. That's your first part of gas. First part of GUMPs is the gas. And I've been cooling the engines down a little bit. We're almost at 300 degrees cylinder head temperature, and that's what you want to be at to not shock cool. And our airport is in sight, straight ahead. Listen for anybody else on the frequency. It's Thursday night at 10 to 6. Not a lot of traffic expected, but you know what? You only need one. You don't want to get too complacent, that's for sure. You know, Hugh Hefner died today, and yesterday, 91 years old, must have a smile on his face. And there's a picture going around the internet that shows him surrounded by beautiful women in a pool at the Playboy Mansion. And the caption of the picture said, "For those of you that think Hugh Hefner is in a better place, look at this." And if any of you had any Pfizer stock, it probably went down today. All right, we are 7 out. Let's announce again. Auburn area traffic, Twin Cessna 331 in Quebec, 7 south, inbound on a 45 at 2,500. For left traffic, 25 Auburn, full stop. I say it again and again. Give as much information as you can give, you know, so people know you're not coming from the north, you're not going to do a dumb crosswind entry, you're on the 45, everything is as it should be. Up, big bug just hit right here, 2,700. He was up here pretty high. Auburn traffic, Twin Cessna 1 in Quebec is now 3 south on a left 45 for runway 25, Auburn, full stop. So we're almost at our 21 inches of manifold pressure. I'm a little fast, so I'm going to put the RPMs up to 2,500. That's a good approach speed. I'm not putting them all the way up yet, but that'll give you some resistance to slow down. We're at 180. I'm putting the first notch of flaps in. Sounded funny. I have to check that on the ground when I put the flaps down. Okay, so we're on the 45. Auburn traffic, Twin Cessna 1 in Quebec, turning left downwind, runway 25 over Bella Road, Auburn, full stop. The flaps do make a noise. Usually you don't hear them, but I want to check that when I get down on the ground.
All right, we're on the ground now. Let's hear how those flaps sound. Yeah, they sound normal.
So this is a good entry here. Nobody waiting to go on either runway. We're almost at gear speed. Drop the gear. Auburn traffic, Twin Cessna 1 in Quebec, midfield left downwind 25 Auburn, full stop. Okay, so there's gas, check undercarriage, I got a green, I can see the green. Mixer's up, and now we'll go full props. Props up. I get a little over rich all the way full, so sometimes I gotta pull the props back a little bit, the fuel mixer back. All right, let's turn base, and then go full flaps. Cessna, 1 Quebec, turning left base for runway 25, Auburn, full stop. Got to keep the turn coordinator in the middle. Got to keep it coordinated, especially this close to the ground. As you're slowing down, you need to be coordinated. Okay, there's the mixture, so gas, undercarriage, mixture prop, everything's good.
Skylink 51 Quebec, 10 miles to the north. We'll be setting up for a right base, runway 20.
And we're full flaps.
Traffic permitting country.
Auburn traffic, Twin Cessna, 1 Quebec, turning final, short final, runway 25, Auburn, full stop. Alright, we're a little high according to the indicator, but no problem. And the sun is still high enough in the sky, we're not going to get blinded by it. A little fast, put some power back. You don't want to get too fast here, it's not a really long runway. You don't want to get too slow either. The old Goldilocks. They got a little slow there, had to add power. And power right into the flare. Pull it back. That's a nice one. Okay. That flap sound normal. Just hear the motors running. So I'm just going to save the brakes. Go down to Echo. I told her 5 minutes to 6. Boy, that's Wagner, Air Wagner on time. Whew, that sun's bright. Now let's brake straight ahead. And then we'll exit and call clear when we're clear. Auburn traffic, Twin Cessna, 1 Quebec, cleared runway 25, going to park at Echo. So there's your panel in flight. Another beautiful day. Coming up now, it's fall, so we'll be getting some different weather. Hope to post some good videos of some weather. So thanks for riding along.